5 years in e-commerce. It is actually crazy for me to say that. I've been doing e-com for over 5 years now. Right? I've been doing this since I was 15. I'm 19, nearly 20. I'm objectively still young, but I feel like a fucking uncle. Not even uncle, I feel like a grandpa. I'm kind of approaching youngster status anyway. But anyway, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Brennan Kyle. I run several e-commerce brands. I've made millions of dollars online and help people do the same. And today I thought I'd kind of do a little bit of a video, not to really like celebrate the 5 years of being an e-com, but just making a video on what I wish I knew starting out, some of the lessons I've learned along the way, what I would do differently if I was starting again, and a lot more. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff to talk about, but I'm blowing it for now, just so you guys don't screenshot and just fucking upload it to Claude or something and get a summary. No, we're gonna be going in depth. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but it'll probably be a decently long one. So if you have a short attention span, fucking click off this video. This isn't for you. This is for people who actually are serious about building a real brand, making an exit eventually, and changing their lives. So if you don't have the fucking time to watch this video, how long it might be, click off right now. Don't waste any more of your time. You stayed. Well done. Congratulations. I can tell you're a little bit serious. Anyway, grab yourself enough yapping. Grab yourself a cup of tea, coffee, whatever. It's a warm day here, so got some iced coffee for me. But anyway, enough yap. Let's get straight into it. All right. Let's remove these things. Okay. Obviously, the first part of ecom, everyone knows, is product research. Okay. And product research, I thought, was such a complicated thing. Right. In the beginning, I would spend hours, days, sometimes even a week trying to find the perfect product. And the thing is, the perfect product actually doesn't exist, to be honest. And why that is because it's not about what you sell, it's about how you sell it, right? Products don't really die. And obviously there needs to be some sort of criteria you're selling. Like you shouldn't just sell fucking something that doesn't make a difference or that doesn't solve a problem. Can you make money with it? 100%. But why would you give yourself a disadvantage, right? You want an ecom, you need to be stacking all these little advantages. For example, great landing pages, conversion rate optimization, beautiful ads, like all these little things, right? There's so many of them. They all add up eventually, and that's how you get winners. It's not just from one thing. A lot of you guys overcomplicate product research, right? All it has to be is a product that solves some sort of problem, makes the world a better place, more convenient, whatever, right? But for me, I think you guys probably don't have a problem. At least for me, I don't. I'm assuming you guys might be the same. I never had a problem actually finding the product. It was just figuring out whether the product was good enough. Like, I've always had an eye for products, and some people might think they have some as well, right? But it's how do we actually validate these products, right? And this is where market research comes into play a lot, guys. Really a lot. And a lot of you guys, I bet probably 80% of you don't do any form of market research before running products. And you might be asking, what is market research, right? Well, market research is the way that we can find out exactly everything about our product. What do the consumers think about our product, right? What are the alternatives to our product? That's a very important thing because, like, even though your product might be good, maybe it solves a problem in a very easy, convenient way, there might be something better on the market, right? Which is going to mean you have super high CPMs. Your CPAs are probably going to be very high as well, right? Which is not what we want because there's a better alternative on the market. Like, even if you have amazing ads, whatever, sure, you can have good scale. But if we want to build an 8-figure brand, you really do have to have a good product. I know I'm conflicting myself because I said it doesn't matter what you sell, and it still doesn't. But that's what I'm saying. You can take any product, and as long as it's more about the market research than what you're selling, if that makes sense, guys. You can take anything, but you have to do market research for it. If the market research says it's good enough, then the product's good enough. Not just fucking all these stupid little check boxes you have to have for every single product. It's all in the market research, guys. Let me say it again. It is all in the market research when actually finding a winning product, okay? All right, and you might be asking, how do we actually do market research now, right? So the first way I like to do it, right? Of course, if the first way you need to be doing the most basic stuff is going on Facebook Ad Library, analyzing your competitors, get a subscription to Atria if you want. I'm not sponsored by them. They're expensive, I know, if you're a beginner, but it's basically like Ad Library on steroids. So very, very useful. You can sort all the video ads by different formats. It's really a great platform. I use it. I get a lot of inspiration from them. I track a lot of brands, But if you don't want to do that, get a list of your competitors through Facebook ad library. And then also, and the reason why we get the list of our competitors is to actually understand exactly what they're doing, right? We need to figure out what is working for them, what are they doing more of, what type of ads are they killing, what ads are they kind of making more of. You need to understand every single point about your competitors, their pricing, the offers, and everything, because this comes to play a lot when we're actually creating our own brand. But for actual market research purposes, Gemini is very important, right? Gemini and Perplexity, these are very great tools. I have a really good prompt. If you want, you can DM me on IG or Twitter or sign, ask me for the prompt. I will send it to you. It's very important, right? And the reason we use this is actually, it's not just to validate our product, these market research tools. It helps us so much when creating ads, because you basically create this foundational brand document that we use for scripting ads and writing copy for the website, because AI is amazing. We actually speak about AI later, but I'll touch on it briefly now. AI is more detrimental than helpful if you don't know how to use it. Because some people just fucking type one or two sentences into ChatGPT and use the ad copy it gives it when it has no data about your product. You haven't given it any avatars. You haven't given it any market research, right? And you honestly would be better off writing the copy yourself then, right? So you need to be feeding data to AI. And how do we actually get this data? We use AI to get the data, right? So you can use tools like Gummy Search. I shouldn't be leaking this. My students are going to hate me. But tools like Gummy Search, or just go on Reddit, forums, etc. Gather as much data as possible. Same thing with Amazon reviews, right? We use Amazon reviews so much in our ads. Sometimes I even make hooks based on these Amazon reviews, because they are the exact pain points. Because it's very often that if one person is having a problem, many more people are, right? For example, problem with the product or whatever. You guys get me. And Google Trends and exploding topics is more for actual trying to find topics that are growing, but doing Google Trends on your products, right? See, is the actual search volume growing? Are people searching this stuff? Are people, not just your product, by the way, are people searching for the problem that it solves, which is very important, right? Are they searching for how to solve acne, how to solve back pain, right? Are they searching for these kind of things? Obviously they are. That's a generic one, but you guys get the point, right? Another point on product research as well is pricing, okay? Everyone's like, oh, what do I price my product? I don't know. Like, my competitor's charging this. How the fuck can they scale with that? That's a crazy price, right? People aren't scared to spend money. They are scared to spend money on something that does not work, right? Understand that, guys. Really understand that. If you can show enough social proof and explain every single little bit of how your product works, what exactly it does, how it's going to get the results, and why you should choose them, etc., they don't care what the fuck the price is, as long as it's reasonable, obviously, right? As long as it gets them the desired result, they don't care. I've bought many products online, just as I'm sure you have, right? And if I don't know if you guys probably just buy clothes and shit, but I buy a lot of stuff online. I'm a chronic online shopper. I will be honest with you. That's how I spend my money, guys. I don't go and buy fancy watches. Of course, I have a nice couple of watches, but I don't go and blow a lot of money on stupid shit. I am a chronic. My MX bill with just Amazon is crazy. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked here, right? Meaning you can actually basically charge whatever you want for your product. Obviously, as I said, as long as it is realistic, because people will buy it if it solves a problem well enough, convenient enough, and you can actually prove that it does what it says it's going to do. People will buy it. Money is not the issue, right? Money really isn't the issue for most people. And if your product is targeting broke college students, you're selling the wrong product. And with regards to markup, most 7-8 figure brands, they have a minimum of 5x markup. You guys might be getting your cogs maybe like $20 and you're only selling for 60 or something. You can't, I mean, you can run with that, but I'm telling you, it's not enough. If you're selling a product for $100, you want your cogs to be anywhere like landed, including shipping, between $10 and $20 max, right? And it's just going to give you a lot more room to scale, more money to burn on ads, right? Because the more money you make per sale, the more you have to spend on ads. It makes complete sense. Let's remove these and go to the next one. All right, this is a very nice point, guys. Also, actually, let's talk about this quickly. Right, so hopefully I haven't like fucked up where you can't see anything, guys. So I apologize for the camera quality. I'm using my laptop now. I've been traveling. I apologize for the lack of uploads. I've been traveling and prepping for Q4. So how long are we recording now? It's been 11. Damn, it's been a long ass video. But yeah, the biggest problems leading up to this as well is the biggest problems reap the biggest rewards, right? You have to solve some sort of problem for the consumer, like making their life better in some way, creating convenience, or solving insecurities. Guys, my biggest winners have been products that solve insecurities all the time, right? Because that's the strongest form of pain. Not being able to like look in the mirror because you were insecure about something, right? Your weight, eyelashes, acne, whatever. These are problems. These are emotional driven purchases. Even if your product isn't really an emotional buy, you need to figure out how you can make it an emotional, like how can you trigger an emotional buy with it, an emotional purchase. Because that is where you can make real money, guys. And this just leads back up to it. It doesn't matter what you sell. It's provided using the right framework. But anyway, guys, the next thing I want to talk about is I wish I got rid of the dropshipping mindset and treated everything like a real brand way sooner, guys. Way sooner. I started fucking running every random product, just spam testing, and this is not the approach. This is really not the right approach. And the reason I say this is because let's say you were to test 10 different products. Maybe you tested $50, $100 each, quick testing, right? Let's say, and all of them fucking failed. The problem is now is that you've wasted so much money and you have no data for it. For example, compared to whether if you just actually spent maybe the same amount on 2 to 3 products, you would test so many more ads, have so much more data, be able to iterate way better, and actually easily figure out what is working, what the algorithm wants, and what you need to make more. And this is obviously dictated by how much spend these ads are getting, right? Like, you might as well test less volume, higher quality, and spend more money on it. So you can actually get data and move forward. Because you need to always be doing, I'm going to add this point right here as well. I'm going to type this. Data-driven decisions. If you are not making data-driven decisions, then you are approaching ecom in the complete wrong way. Everything needs to be data-driven. If you are not very analytical, you need to almost force yourself to be analytical, right? And don't be scared to spend money, guys. I'm not saying go and buy fucking hundreds of fucking items before you even have any proof of concept, but don't be scared to fucking spend $50, $100 on getting some custom UGC, right? Don't be scared to get that fucking ArcAds or fucking ChatGPT Pro subscription. Like, trust me, these are fucking things that are gonna benefit you so much. Guys, if you get ChatGPT 5, the Pro version, whatever, plus, whatever the fuck it's called, I don't even know. I just fucking put my card details in, you know? Guys, the level of static ads you can make, even if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money and get UGC. And maybe, let's say, like I've had this. Actually, for a recent brand, funny enough, I was actually first to market with this and there was no UGC. So I had to go and spend UGC. Even though I wouldn't really recommend spending too much money before, I did it. And it worked out beautifully, right? I didn't spend thousands of dollars in UGC, obviously, but you shouldn't be afraid to burn cash. If everything like adds up, the market research is there. You have the slight proof of concept. You can see that this is a problem that people want to actually fucking get solved, obviously, and it's worth to them. It's worth signing to them. Like, everyone has problems, guys. Everyone rarely has problems. It's just you need to be solving the problems that are worth the most to them, right? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, but if you have no clue what you're doing, you're just throwing money away. Okay. Next point, guys, and this is what I wish I should have done sooner, is get rid of your fucking ego. Guys, everyone thinks they're such a good dropshipper, but you haven't got the results to back it up, then you're actually a shit, right? For example, I used to think I was so good at making ads. I thought I was a brilliant video editor, right? Just because I had a little bit of video editing experience, okay? And the things that were holding me back was my hold rate, my hook rate, and everything, because I was actually really bad visually. I thought I was good, and I didn't hire a video editor until at least, I think I made at least 120, maybe 150k profit in ecom. I didn't hire a video editor until then, and I wish I hired one sooner, because guys, trust me, you can get very affordable video editors from the Philippines that are 10 times better than you, right? You can obviously pay them less, because like, you don't need to feel bad. I felt bad about it in the first place. Just pay them what they're worth, right? But they make this like $500 a month, $300 a month, whatever. Doesn't sound like a lot to us. Of course not, if you're in any form of, first world country. But in the Philippines and Thailand, that's a lot of money, right? They're getting a good size, so don't feel bad about that. And they work very hard. I love working with these type of people, right? But point being is hire sooner than later, guys. These are the 4 things you really need. And you don't need all of them, but the main thing you should start out with is a video editor, because this is where you can actually focus on things that move the fucking needle, right? and that is creating more ads, right? Sitting time editing every single video. Like I literally, you just have a video editor. He uploads everything on Frame.io. You go frame by frame and fucking critique it, whatever. That's exactly how you do it. No fucking brand owner that is making hundreds of thousands a month still edits their own videos. I guarantee you. And if they are still doing that, they are missing out on so much potential revenue, right? The second thing is a graphic designer. I have people that build my landing pages, product pages, etc. And you don't need this. If you're good enough, you can. But I make the copy, and then he just builds the format for me, right? Anyway, next point is a creative strategy. You don't really need one. This is for if you're some sort of scale and you really need some new, fresh ideas and actually a new person to kind of script ads. I have one, but Claude is good enough. Claude is basically my fucking creative strategist anyway. Let's move all this shit. Okay. And the next thing I want to talk about is actually utilizing AI, guys. Most of my winners are scripted by Claude. Okay. And if you want, I can DM me, and I'll send you a prompt. I'm not going to give you my top level prompts because it's for students only, right? By the way, I might as well, since we're talking about it. If you don't have a product already for Q4, there is only 30 days left before Q4, right? You don't have much time because testing product in Q4 is not very nice. Let's just say that. I'm going to save you guys the fucking spiel, but yeah, it is not very effective to test products in Q4, okay? So you need to have something up and running as soon as possible. Whether you've burnt thousands of dollars in product tests or you just can't seem to scale your brand, if you are looking for one-on-one help, not from some random fucking coach, right? From me personally, multiple 3 to 4 one-on-one calls a week. No one else offers this in the game. No one else. If you can find someone that gives you 3 to 4 one-on-one calls a week, I'll PayPal you a shit ton of money, all right? That's how confident I am. And the reason I do this is because this is the type of support that you actually need to succeed. And I'm trying to be what I wish I had in the beginning. That is the whole point while I'm making this video. I'm trying to be what I wish I had in the beginning, right? But anyway, guys, if you are serious about building your brand and actually changing your life for the better, and you don't want to buy some shitty course, you want one-on-one support, access to community, all the good stuff, right? Everything A to Z. I'm basically holding your hand, okay? It's almost like I run your brand for you. Not really, but you know what I mean. Book a call, the link in description. If you want kind of results like these, 50K in 5 days, 18K days, 9K, $134,000 in 12 days, 14K days, 2K days. These are all results from students. If you want these type of results, go and actually book a call with the link in the description. But anyway, let's get back to the video. I like to call this the holy trinity of AI, right? First of all, I want to speak about VO3. VO3 is fucking insane. Yes, it is expensive, okay? But it is 100% worth it. I've seen so many ads instantly take up all the ad spend in my account with VO3 hooks. I don't use it to make full ad videos, but you can make some very good stuff using just VO3, depending on your product, like how branded it is, right? But it can really work so well. If you combine the like VO3 hooks with maybe like Make UGC, ArcAds, or even using HeyGen. I'm not a big fan of HeyGen, but HeyGen have good stuff, right? You can make some absolute banging ads for literally nothing. I mean, if you think about how much it costs you to get UGC content, you can get it for a fraction of the cost using AI, right? I'm not sponsored by any of these fucking things, by the way. The next point, obviously I mentioned, is Make UGC and ArcAds. You can have literally AI creators holding your product. Like, that's fucking crazy, man. Obviously, I'm always a fan of like human fucking UGC, right? But if you can't get access to that and you don't have the money, AI ads are more than good enough. Same thing, ChatGPT 5, holy shit, so good. And Claude, I mainly use for script writing, obviously. Claude doesn't generate images, not that I know of at least. But GPT-5, product images, fucking mint. I literally get it to generate review images as well. So like, if you want to fake a bit of reviews in the beginning, GPT-5 can make some great things. And a little tip I'm going to give you guys for ChatGPT-5 is give it reference images, because when you ask it to create something out of thin air, it doesn't really do it that well, and to me it looks slightly unrealistic. I've always found the most realistic photos are when I upload something like a reference image to ChatGPT and then it makes it one from there. But yeah, let's I spoke about this already, it's fine. But yeah, guys, this is a really real point. And a lot of you don't actually realize that time of the game is real. You're not gonna gain all the knowledge on ecom in 24 hours, right? you have to be patient, okay? And patient doesn't mean lazy, right? And a lot of people think like this, like, oh, it's fine, I got time, I got time. No, you don't have time. You really don't. I mean, you see fucking people my age or older or even younger making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. You're still on zero, right? And how are they different to you? They're not. And I'm just a fucking normal kid from South Africa, traveling around, living my best life, making a shit ton of money online. I'm no different to you, right? Just as all these rest of these guys, but obviously everyone makes money in their own different ways. Courses, fucking marketing agencies, whatever, right? You can make it anyway. I just chose e-commerce my vehicle. And anything you do, you still have to have time in the game. You're not going to become anything overnight. You have to be patient, stay consistent, and keep going. If you stop, right, and don't fucking just give up on ecom. If you want to do something else, fine, but fucking stick to something and don't give up because you will succeed eventually. I don't want to speak about this too much, but because we're already at a very long video, 25 minutes. Damn. One of the last couple points I want to speak about, guys, is I wish I chose products in the beginning that have MRR potential, meaning monthly recurring revenue. Okay, this is where real money is made. This is where real money is made, right? Guys, sometimes you're gonna have bad months at ecom. It's just how it works. And if you can have monthly recurring revenue to kind of boost any sort of slight loss or slight tank in ad performance, it rarely can keep you afloat. I've had it 1 month and I had a really bad month with one of the brands. And thank fuck we had MRR because that boosted our revenue a shit ton. If we didn't have that MRR, we probably would have not gone like down, but we would have probably lost a little bit of money that month. But anyway, point being, try to find things that have MRR potential. It's also going to help you with an exit. It's very attractive to buyers when you have monthly recurring revenue. Also, guys, a lot of people, you might be in this position. I was in this position as well. And it's about kind of laziness and feeling unproductive. Okay. You need to be able to create yourself systems to keep yourself productive, constantly learning, and obviously constantly improving in every aspect of your life, not just ecom. Okay, not just ecom. You need to look after your health. Point being, it's very important to keep your mental health in check. And I'm not trying to sound like some fucking stupid soy boy, right? You just need to make sure you have healthy habits outside of work as well, right? Put in the fucking hours. But if you're not going outside, if you're not getting active, if you're just fucking staying in your side all day working, it's not healthy, and you're gonna hit burnout way quicker. Right? Everyone hits burnout, but if you can delay burnout as much as possible, then I don't see why not. Right? I'd rather burn out once a year than every other month because I'm killing myself every day. Right? And I'm not saying don't put in the work, right? I'm just saying you don't need to put 15-hour days every day, right? Depends on how much you can do, you know? But anyway, guys, the reason I say this is because in this industry, it is very easy to get overwhelmed. Like, a lot of my students used to get overwhelmed, right? People would come to me. Sometimes people come to me from previous mentorships saying it was just too much, it was overwhelming, right? And that's the whole point. I like to simplify everything down and build you up. It's a process, guys. As I said, you're not getting rich overnight. No one got rich overnight, right? And if they did get rich overnight, it was over a long period of time. It's overnight's like success. You know, things can change quickly, but it doesn't change out of nowhere, right? Anyway, point being that it's easy to lose motivation, discipline. Find your reason. Find why you want this. But point being, you gotta find your reason. Gotta find what keeps you going, and don't give up, guys. And last point, I've touched on this briefly, but don't fucking buy courses, okay? Unless you're an absolute beginner and don't have much money. Even then, I wouldn't even still recommend it. The problem with courses is that you don't get any form of support. It's very difficult to kind of take action from a course because it's so much information in one, and that's how you get overwhelmed. This information overload, right? It's a very common thing, especially in this industry when there's so much info out everywhere. You guys need to honestly work one-on-one with someone. I'm not saying that has to be me. If you want to, obviously, link in description. It's not 100% necessary, but it's going to accelerate your progress. Honestly, in my opinion, like at least 10x. Yeah, guys, if you are serious about working, making ecom work, but yeah, guys, if you are really serious about making ecom work and want to get there as quick as possible, you should work with someone one-on-one And don't just buy people because the fucking flashy courses, guys, please. You need to be working with people based on their info and the knowledge they've gained and the knowledge they give. Not just because he bought a fucking Mansory Rolls Royce or whatever, guys. I don't want, if you want to work with me, I don't want you to work with me because of my lifestyle. And I don't even showcase my lifestyle because I don't want people attract. It's really bad. It's almost like a kind of shiny object syndrome. Like, you're not attracted to the process, you're attracted to the result. But anyway, guys, it's been a long video. Point being, get a mentor. And yeah, I hope you guys learned something from this video. We actually covered a lot. It's been a long video. But yeah, if you guys do want to work with me again, you know where to go. Link in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.